Option 1. Provocative question. Could America's most controversial billionaire and a biotech disruptor change the future of our government, or completely destroy it? In an unprecedented move, Elon Musk, the polarizing tech magnate behind Tesla, SpaceX, and X, and Vivek Ramaswamy, the outspoken biotech entrepreneur and MAGA advocate, have been tasked by Donald Trump to lead a bold experiment, the Department of Government Efficiency. Their mission? To expose and eliminate government waste, overhaul bureaucratic systems, and redefine what efficiency in public service looks like. This partnership has already ignited fierce debates across political and social spectrums. Supporters hail it as a game-changing opportunity to finally bring innovation and accountability to Washington. Critics, however, warn of catastrophic risks, claiming their lack of experience in public service, combined with Musk's corporate interests and Ramaswamy's provocative ideas, could dismantle essential institutions rather than improve them. Trump himself has called this initiative a potential Manhattan Project for bureaucracy, but skeptics argue that their methods, like using meme culture to brand the initiative as DOGE or proposing arbitrary staff cuts, might trivialize the very serious task of governing. So, are Musk and Ramaswamy the visionary disruptors America needs to fix a bloated system, or are they reckless outsiders poised to wreak havoc on the country's foundational institutions? The stakes are monumental, and what happens next could fundamentally reshape the way America governs itself, or break it entirely. Either way, this is a story you won't want to miss. Option 2. Dramatic statement. Imagine a government run like a tech startup, lean, ruthless, and relentlessly focused on cutting billions in so-called waste. Efficiency is the mantra, bureaucracy is the enemy, and every dollar saved is celebrated as a win. But now, imagine that same approach dismantling the systems that keep America running: healthcare programs, environmental protections, defense operations, and critical public services. This isn't just a thought experiment, it's the high-stakes gamble Donald Trump has just set in motion. By handing Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy the reins of a new Department of Government Efficiency, Trump is betting that Silicon Valley disruption and entrepreneurial grit can fix Washington's inefficiencies. Musk's reputation for bold, sweeping changes and Ramaswamy's iconoclastic worldview promise radical reform, but their proposals, from slashing trillions in spending to firing federal workers based on arbitrary criteria, are already sparking fears of collateral damage. Will this be the moment America finally revolutionizes its government, or will this experiment in disruption end up wreaking havoc on the systems millions of Americans rely on every day? The stakes have never been higher, and this is a story too important to ignore. Option 3. Humorous/satirical. What do you get when you mix Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and a government department named after a meme? Chaos, or maybe a revolution. Welcome to the story of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, a bold, bizarre, and controversial experiment launched by Donald Trump. On one hand, Musk, with his Silicon Valley pedigree and reputation for disrupting industries, promises to bring radical innovation to Washington's bloated bureaucracy. On the other, Ramaswamy, a biotech entrepreneur and fiery political outsider, is bringing his own brand of provocations and no-holds-barred ideas to the table. Together, they vow to slash waste, upend entrenched systems, and make the government leaner than ever. But is DOGE a clever, meme-inspired masterstroke to modernize the government, or is it a gimmick that could backfire spectacularly? Critics argue that a startup mindset might be ill-suited to managing institutions that provide critical services, while supporters claim it's exactly the shakeup Washington needs. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: DOGE is about to test whether Silicon Valley swagger can translate into real government reform, or if it's just a recipe for chaos. Elon Musk is a billionaire entrepreneur best known for founding and leading companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and X, formerly Twitter. His career has been marked by ambitious goals, from revolutionizing electric vehicles and space travel to reshaping social media. Musk's brash management style often involves taking bold, unconventional approaches to business, and he's known for his polarizing views, especially on topics like technology regulation, artificial intelligence, and social issues. His leadership style has earned him a cult-like following, but also significant criticism. For instance, his outspoken tweets and controversial decisions have occasionally led to legal and financial challenges. Despite this, Musk's impact on the tech and automotive industries has been undeniable, and he remains one of the world's richest and most influential figures. In the political arena, Musk has also drawn attention for his shifting stances, from his support for deregulation to his engagement with political leaders like Donald Trump. His appointment to oversee government efficiency reform as part of Trump's DOGE initiative showcases Musk's desire to bring his disruptive mentality to public policy. This mixture of visionary innovation and controversial actions makes Musk a figure who both inspires and divides opinions globally. Vivek Ramaswamy is a biotech entrepreneur turned political figure who has garnered attention for his outspoken views and alignment with MAGA populism. He is best known for founding Roivant Sciences, a biotechnology company focused on creating innovative therapies, and for his book Woke Incorporated, which critiques the rise of social justice movements in corporate America. His success in business, particularly in the biotech sector, has given him a platform to challenge the political establishment and promote his vision for American politics. Ramaswamy's political ideology aligns with the populist wing of the Republican Party. He advocates for limited government, free market capitalism, and a return to more traditional American values, while strongly opposing what he sees as the woke culture infiltrating both politics and business. His rise as a political figure has been marked by his willingness to push controversial ideas, including questioning the role of corporations in shaping political discourse, advocating for stricter immigration policies, and supporting a more aggressive stance on national security. Ramaswamy's political ambitions have made him a prominent figure within conservative circles, and he has been seen as a potential future leader within the Republican Party. His alignment with Donald Trump's vision, particularly on issues such as deregulation and populist rhetoric, has made him a natural ally in efforts like the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, where he joins Elon Musk in promoting a government overhaul. Overall, Ramaswamy is a polarizing figure who isn't afraid to take on the political and corporate elite, positioning himself as a challenger to the status quo. The appointment of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead Donald Trump's new government efficiency initiative is being framed as an unprecedented experiment in merging the disruptive, tech-savvy ethos of Silicon Valley with the often slow-moving and bureaucratic nature of federal governance. Musk, with his background in transforming industries like automotive and space exploration, is well known for applying tech-driven innovation to traditional sectors. His approach is characterized by bold, data-driven decision-making and a focus on maximizing efficiency. Ramaswamy, as a biotech entrepreneur turned political figure, brings his own brand of outsider thinking. His track record in business, combined with his embrace of populist views, positions him as a figure who aims to challenge the status quo in Washington, pushing for a government that operates more like a lean, performance-oriented company rather than a sprawling bureaucracy. Together, their appointment is being positioned as a chance to reimagine government from the ground up, applying lessons learned from the private sector to the public sphere. Their goal: cut government waste, streamline operations, and introduce a level of accountability and transparency that's typically associated with startups rather than government agencies. But whether this approach will prove successful or whether it risks undermining vital public services remains a major point of contention. This is a bold experiment that could either reshape how America governs or create even more chaos within an already complex system. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, initiative, spearheaded by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, is being marketed as a revolutionary effort to streamline the U.S. government, cutting billions in waste and modernizing federal bureaucracy. Proponents argue that the federal government, with its inefficiencies, needs a dose of Silicon Valley-style disruption. Musk's track record in driving innovation at Tesla and SpaceX has led supporters to believe he can bring a results-oriented mindset to Washington. However, despite the bold promises of cutting waste and improving efficiency, the initiative has raised serious concerns on multiple fronts. 1. Practicality and implementation. Critics of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, initiative, led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, argue that applying a Silicon Valley startup mentality to the US government is fundamentally flawed. While private companies like Tesla or SpaceX operate with profit-driven goals and relatively narrow scopes, the federal government is tasked with serving a wide range of public interests. These include national defense, public health, environmental protection, and welfare programs, functions that require deliberate decision-making and long-term planning. Unlike businesses, which can pivot quickly to stay profitable, government institutions often need to prioritize stability and broad societal needs over quick-win simplistic solutions proposed by DOGE, like firing federal employees based on arbitrary criteria, such as odd-numbered social security numbers, or creating performance leaderboards, are seen by many as a dangerous oversimplification. Critics argue that such measures might undermine the institutional knowledge and expertise that government workers bring to critical services. Reducing the federal workforce indiscriminately could result in the loss of experienced personnel necessary for maintaining essential public services, which could negatively affect everything from disaster response to public health efforts. Additionally, the broad cuts being proposed could destabilize vital government departments that are key to maintaining national security and public safety. For example, slashing budgets or staffing at agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, or Department of Homeland Security, DHS, could leave the U.S. vulnerable to health crises, natural disasters, or national security threats. Critics warn that drastic cost-cutting measures, without a thoughtful analysis of the consequences, could create a system too lean to adequately perform its crucial functions. 2. Motivations behind the initiative. There are growing concerns about the motivations behind the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, initiative, particularly given the business interests of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Both have established themselves as influential figures in industries that could significantly benefit from reduced regulation and less government oversight. For instance, Musk's companies, like Tesla and SpaceX, have often clashed with regulatory bodies over issues like emissions standards, labor practices, and safety regulations. Musk has publicly challenged government rules, arguing that they stifle innovation and hinder progress. Some critics worry that the push for government efficiency might not be driven by a genuine desire to improve the public sector, but instead as a means to lower corporate costs and reduce oversight in areas where, by trimming regulations and bureaucracy, Musk could create a more business-friendly environment that allows his companies to thrive without facing the same level of scrutiny they currently do. Similarly, Ramaswamy's position as a biotech entrepreneur raises questions about his motivations. As someone with deep ties to the corporate world, particularly in the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors, Ramaswamy has advocated for deregulation in these industries. Critics argue that if DOGE's efficiency drive results in looser regulations, it could allow companies like Ramaswamy's to maximize profits by bypassing consumer protections and environmental standards. In short, the initiative's call for cutting government waste and streamlining operations might be a thinly veiled effort to eliminate oversight, benefiting not only Musk and Ramaswamy but also the broader business world at the expense of public welfare. Many see this as a form of corporate deregulation rather than a meaningful, reform-driven effort to make government more accountable or effective. 3. Potential fallout. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, initiative, led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, is presenting itself as a bold experiment in reforming the U.S. government, with promises to overhaul outdated systems and cut inefficiencies using Silicon Valley-style innovation. Musk's history of disrupting industries, particularly with Tesla and SpaceX, has made him a poster child for pushing boundaries and rethinking traditional business models. Coupled with Ramaswamy's anti-establishment and populist stance, this initiative is framed as a potential game changer that could eliminate the bureaucratic bloat long associated with Washington. Proponents argue that their leadership offers a much-needed way to restore taxpayer confidence by applying the same aggressive efficiency and cost-cutting measures Musk used to turn Tesla into an industry leader. However, the proposed changes come with profound risks. Experts warn that the deep cuts to government personnel and budget allocations may severely disrupt critical services in sectors such as environmental protection, healthcare, and education. Government employees, many of whom possess vital knowledge and experience, are crucial to the ongoing functioning of public services. The concern is that adopting a lean and mean strategy without a nuanced understanding of each department's role could compromise essential safeguards that protect public health, safety, and welfare. Agencies like the EPA, CDC, and Department of Education, which deal with complex and long-term challenges, could be left severely understaffed, leading to staff shortages and diminished ability to respond to emergencies. The long-term impact could be catastrophic, especially in areas like public health crises or natural disasters. Further complicating the situation are concerns about the motivations behind the reform. Both Musk and Ramaswamy have corporate interests in industries that could benefit from deregulation. Musk has frequently challenged regulations, particularly with regard to Tesla's emissions standards, and critics fear that the DOGE initiative may not be purely about improving government efficiency, but about lowering costs for companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and potentially others where they have significant stakes. This raises questions about whether the primary goal is to benefit corporate interests rather than reform the government for the public good. In this context, the efficiency push could be seen as a means to reduce government oversight, creating a business-friendly environment where regulatory oversight is weakened. As the initiative continues to unfold, the nation is faced with a critical dilemma. Is DOGE a bold step toward genuine reform, or is it a dangerous experiment that risks undermining the very institutions that uphold the democratic fabric of the country? The potential fallout is significant. Critics argue that these reforms could weaken public trust in government, increase inequality, and leave the country vulnerable by undercutting its regulatory framework. Given the high stakes, the outcome of this ambitious experiment could significantly shape the future of American governance, and its impact on the country's core institutions remains uncertain. Closing statement. As we've seen today, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, initiative, spearheaded by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, promises to bring a revolutionary shift to how the U.S. government functions. By applying Silicon Valley-style disruption to the federal bureaucracy, the duo aims to streamline inefficiencies, cut waste, and reshape government operations in the image of the fast-paced, innovative business world they know so well. The appeal is clear: a leaner, more efficient government that could deliver results faster and eliminate the massive waste and inefficiencies that have long been criticized by both sides of the political spectrum. But the stakes are incredibly high, and the risks of this bold experiment are just as significant. While the push for reform is ambitious, there are serious concerns about what might be lost in the process. Critics argue that cutting too deep, particularly with regards to federal staffing levels and budget cuts, could dismantle critical services that Americans rely on, such as environmental protection, healthcare, and education. There's also the issue of national security, where reducing government capabilities could have devastating consequences in times of crisis. Even more concerning is the possibility of this initiative shifting government priorities to be more corporate-friendly at the expense of the public good, fostering an environment where the needs of big business might take precedence over the health and safety of everyday citizens. So, the big question remains: will DOGE lead to meaningful reform that finally tackles the bureaucratic mess in Washington, or will it unravel the very systems that have kept our democracy functioning for decades? Is this revolutionary change that will create a more effective government, or are we witnessing a dangerous gamble that could have lasting, and potentially destructive, consequences for the nation? The stakes couldn't be higher. As we watch this initiative unfold, we are standing at a crossroads for the future of American governance. Will we see a more agile, efficient system that works for the people, or will these changes compromise the trust and stability upon which our democracy is built? The nation is watching, and so should we. What do you think? Is DOGE the future of American government, driving us toward a new era of efficiency and innovation, or is it a path toward disaster, risking the dismantling of critical public services and undermining the foundations of our democracy? The initiative's potential for both reform and chaos makes this a critical conversation, and I'd love to hear your perspective. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Before you go, if you've enjoyed today's discussion and want to support the channel while finding the perfect holiday gifts, check out the exclusive items linked below. Whether it's a cool t-shirt to make a statement, A thought-provoking coffee mug to kickstart your mornings, a book that dives deeper into the topics we explored, or gadgets to bring a tech-savvy touch to your everyday life. There's something for everyone in your circle. From gifts that spark conversation to practical items that will make life more efficient, these selections offer both style and substance. Here are some of my favorite picks: t-shirts. T-shirt 1. Show your love for political reform with this sleek design, perfect for making a statement wherever you go. Women's clothes, T-shirt 2. A bold design that speaks to the power of innovation and change. Great for tech enthusiasts and reform advocates alike. T-shirt 3. Wear your passion for lean government on your sleeve with this minimalist, impactful tee. Women's clothes, T-shirt 4. A thought-provoking shirt that embodies the idea of disruption in governance, ideal for anyone looking to challenge the status quo. Coffee mugs, coffee mug 1. Start your day with a hot cup of efficiency. This mug reminds you that change is brewing. Coffee mug 2. Perfect for sipping your coffee while contemplating the future of government and innovation. Coffee mug 3. A classic design with a clever twist for those who believe in the power of innovation to transform society. Coffee mug 4. Bold and impactful. This mug is a great conversation starter for any reform-minded individual. Coffee mug 5. Sip in style with a mug that represents change, disruption, and the future of government efficiency. Books. Open book, Blue Book, Book 1, The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen, a must-read for anyone interested in how disruption works and how it can apply to government reform. Discover how technological innovations can radically transform industries, and the lessons that can be applied to government operations. Orange Book, Book 2, The Fifth Risk by Michael Lewis, a critical look at how government operations impact our lives and how reform is long overdue. Michael Lewis takes an in-depth journey through the unseen risks of government and the essential work of federal employees. Green Book, Book 3, The End of Big by Nico Melee, an exploration of how digital disruption is reshaping the role of government in the 21st century. This book offers insights into how the structure of government may evolve in the face of rapid technological advancements and changing public expectations. Gadgets, Personal Computer, Gadget 1. Stay organized and efficient with this smart tech accessory, perfect for those who want to optimize everything in their life. Computer Mouse, Gadget 2. A gadget that embodies the future of tech-savvy living and government efficiency all in one. Battery, Gadget 3. A portable power bank for those always on the go, because true efficiency means never running out of power. Electric Plug, Gadget 4. A smart home device that makes life easier while showcasing your commitment to efficiency and innovation. Computer, Gadget 5. Perfect for anyone looking to streamline their everyday.